Hello friends, welcome back to another Value Vintage Cards video. So today I'm going to go through one of the kind of pretty well spanned collecting options you have, and in many years it's actually a nice low cost option compared to the mainstream issues, and it's Wheaties. So I think this is one that folks are pretty well aware of in what I'd almost call like the more traditional issue, even though they're all kind of considered not traditional. But when you start getting into these, 52 is where you start to see things like that. And a lot of the players have two poses, so kind of a neat option to get some of the cards where you have maybe a portrait and then something a little more like a batting pose or a catching pose, fielding pose, something like that. But you have things like that, so toss Larry Yogi Berra in there, which those of you that know me know I love when it says like Larry. And then actually in those years, you could also pick up premiums, which I think those are fantastic. These are somewhat new to my collection. So the other ones I've had for a little bit of time, but these premiums are super, super neat. So still impressed with that. There's a lot of pictures and premiums and different things you can pick up along the years. So of course, Berra is one of my core guys. Another one for sure, Stan the Man, Stan the Musial. Not coming in real great. There we go. Maybe that'll be better. So Stan Musial, nice little portrait. There is one of him batting. I don't think I have that one yet. Weird. Okay, so add that to the shopping list. But you do get portrait. You do have option for the premium, which is again super awesome. These go for some dollars. These in a higher grade can get to be pretty costly, being that they're pictures, more or less. I mean, when you look at those two, they're large. They're going to look more like a picture to you, so 5x7 kind of size. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if you care if it's a 7 or a 3, other than maybe you want to get like one of the few that's graded super high. And then 51, I believe these were on like individual size boxes, but it's yet again. So this one normally, I think you see kind of like that. If I can get my goofy looking finger to do the right thing. Normally it's trimmed kind of like that. You might see like an orange border around it. Mine doesn't really have an orange border on that side, but I love that it has Champions Choose Wheaties at the bottom. I think that's super cool. So that is another option. But that's kind of your 50s era Wheaties choices. I've never taken the 40s. I'm not sure. I'll have to research, see what there is in the 40s. I would imagine they didn't just leave the game. But back in the 30s, so there are some 37s and 36s. I think I've shown this one before. That's a 36. The 36s I think are super neat, because it's got all this like detail and instruction, how to play catcher, how to block the plate, how to block a wild pitch. They do these different like almost tutorials on the cereal box, and you cut it out and you keep it, and they're all going to be kind of crazy rough condition. So I love finding one where you can read everything. Maybe it's cut a little bit rough, maybe it's got holes in it, but you pick these up for like dozens of dollars. It's another one, another guy I collect. So you can find a lot of these people who collect, and they're 20, 30, 50 bucks, whatever. The really big ones are a couple $100. Like, none of it's crazy. I think Garrett gets to be several hundred, but most of them are pretty affordable. Garrett's on my list. There's actually some really cool ones of that. But Lefty Grove shows how he throws, uses one of his pitches. So just really, really neat option. And those are 36s, so I've got some 37s as well. I've got 3 of those. This one just came in. This was literally like less than Subway, like ridiculously affordable. So Luke Appling, kind of neat when you get in really close on it, because it actually has like a little like quote of them, endorsing the product. So I'm sure they got free cereal for 2 years and a few $100s or something. But you can certainly put me down as a Wheaties booster every time anyone talks about a swell breakfast. Thanks, Luke Appling. It's kind of fun. So kind of neat. 2 more. This will be a nice short one. I like this because I feel like you don't really get to see a whole lot of Charlie Gehringer's like batting stance. So I think getting a chance to see, more of like a batting pose from him is somewhat different and interesting and unique. You get to see it a little bit up close, and then the full shot. And that seems like a pretty clean cut from the box. The top's a little cut, like weird here, but again, who cares? This is my most expensive 30s Wheaties. Some of the stuff, the premiums were not cheap. And if you get, a 52 or 51 card at a good grade, the 51s are more expensive. They're more scarce. But when you get a player like that, it's a 37 DiMaggio. So if 38 Gaudi's is like mainstream rookie, and there's 36s, and there's the Z-Nut and some different crazy stuff. But for this to be pretty affordable compared to everything else, still definitely a very youthful DiMaggio. If I were a salesman instead of a ball player, there's one product I could get out and pitch for, and that's Wheaties. Kind of cool. And then it actually goes through, at the very top, it says Outstanding Rookie 1936, tied American League record for 3 base hits with 15. So you do get almost like a little baseball card feel to it, with at least some kind of statistical summary, but it's a pretty cool item. So that's an 8x10 holder, just for perspective on how big that is. So it's what would have been on a box of cereal. Cut it out and you keep it, and most likely with most of these, I think this one's got a couple pinholes. One right there. Actually, it's right in the middle. So put it up on your wall and it becomes a little budget poster, essentially. So love the boxes. I think that's a wonderful addition if you're looking for some decoration, man cave, office, something like that. You could frame it. You can probably dress it up a little bit, or you can keep it kind of like I have, just keep it pure raw as it came and enjoy it as it is. So just wanted to share my Wheaties. I will catch you all on the next video. Thanks.